And you could tell in his voice, he said, obviously I want to go, but there's a lot to consider. What do you make of the situation that's becoming so, ambiguous right now about the Olympics?
No question. I mean, it's been a player-driven initiative since day number one. And of course, you want to have that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to represent your country and potentially win a gold medal. And that doesn't just stand for Canadians, but Americans, Russians. I mean, you go down the list, the Swedes, the Finns, everyone is going to be in contention here with the best players in the world. So I understand why they'd want to do that. From a league perspective, I just don't see it. To be perfectly honest with you, the way I look at it and talk about the growth of the game and all of these things, the way I look at it is the growth of the game would probably have better been impacted by what we saw from Trevor Zegras and Sonny Milano and its 50 million views, as opposed to going through an Olympics, which we get to see at least fairly regularly. So I look at it from a player perspective. I look at it from a league perspective. I get it from the player's perspective, but from a league perspective, there are a lot of reasons why you don't want to go.
Well, when I see the best player in the world, that measured, it speaks volumes for one thing. I think Draisaitl had an interview today very similar, but the one piece that does stick out to me is when we're sitting here talking about 3 Carolina Hurricanes, how difficult it is to be quarantined for 8 days in a hotel in Vancouver. If you start talking about 3 weeks or whatever the number is in Beijing, like it kind of answers its own question. But there's so many people that are going to. I think right now the biggest thing is those guys are there trying to figure out what's the best thing for the National Hockey League, not the Olympics.
It's hard to rub the crystal ball and know exactly how this is all going to play out. But what is your gut feeling telling you right now, really quickly?
I'd say no.
Mike?
I just think right now we got to figure out how to get this thing solved with the National Hockey League and their health.
And remember what we saw just a few days ago down at the Board of Governors meetings, Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly saying it would take a massive disruption to essentially have the NHL tell the players you cannot go. We're not there yet, but again, a game has been postponed and we're waiting.